Over 2,000 UFO sightings have been reported in just the first half of 2025, and that's probably only scratching the surface. A mysterious interstellar object called 3I Atlas is speeding through our solar system. Some scientists think it could hint at alien technology. And back in June, a woman in Massachusetts caught a strange object falling from the sky on video. These are strong signs of alien life we can no longer ignore. The National UFO Reporting Center, or NUFORC, has recorded more than 2,000 UFO sightings just in the first half of 2025, noticeable jump from previous years. According to their data, there were 2,174 sightings in that 6-month stretch, compared to 1,492 in 2024. And UFORC is a non-profit that collects UFO reports and looks into unexplained cases, and they warn that the numbers probably only scratch the surface. These figures likely represent only a small number of actual views, said Christian Stepien, and UFORC's chief technology officer. He estimates that only about 5% of UFO sightings ever get reported. Many of the reports they received this year actually describe events from years or even decades ago because of the stigma around coming forward. The reports come from all kinds of people, from ordinary citizens to air traffic controllers, police officers. UFOs have been grabbing headlines a lot more recently, especially after David Grush testified in 2023 that the Pentagon had been running a secret UFO tracking program. And since then, other people in the military and the government have come forward backing him, saying the Department of Defense hasn't been fully honest with the public or Congress about what they know. I'm gonna guess a lot of you have heard the recent buzz about 3I Atlas, but for those not in the know, there's a strange object from outside our solar system called 3I Atlas, which has made its way into our solar system, and scientists are flipping out about it. Harvard professor Avi Loeb has even come out saying it could be alien technology because of its weird path past Venus, Mars, and Jupiter, which he said showed, quote, precision. NASA first detected it on July 1st, and it's only the third known object from another star system to visit us, after Oumuamua in 2017 and Comet Borisov in 2019. The object is moving insanely fast, more than 37 miles per second, so launching a new spacecraft to catch it is basically impossible. A study from Michigan State University calculated that a mission would have needed to launch at 15 miles per second on the day of the discovery just to reach it. Instead, Loeb has suggested redirecting a spacecraft that's already in space, like NASA's Juno probe. He thinks Juno could use its remaining fuel to intercept 3I Atlas when the object passes about 34 million miles from Jupiter in March of 2026. Florida Congresswoman Paulina Luna supports this idea. In a letter to NASA, she wrote, "It is recommended that NASA conduct a study to assess how much fuel is left in Juno's engine, and I support an extension of the Juno mission at least until mid-March 2026 at a cost of about $15 million per 6 months from the current expiration date of mid-September 2025. Not everyone agrees though. Jason Wright of Penn State said Juno does not have enough fuel to visit 3I Atlas. Its main engine is also malfunctioning. Researchers are still exploring other options, like redirecting Mars Odyssey or the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. Atsuhiro Yaganuma from Michigan State said it would require a lot of fuel and a lot of rapid mobilization from people here on Earth, but getting close to an interstellar object could be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Back in June in Pembroke, Massachusetts, a woman named Colleen McCormick saw something while hanging out in her backyard. Around 9 p.m., she was just sitting by her hot tub when she noticed this weirdly shaped object in the sky, plummeting toward the ground. She managed to capture it on camera. It looked like it was on fire or something. She ran to the front of her house, expecting to hear a loud crash when it hit, but the blinking object quickly disappeared from view. "My heart was pounding because I just looked up," she said. Well, the FAA weighed in, but they didn't really have a whole lot to add. They said they hadn't received any reports of debris in the area and generally don't comment on third-party videos like this one. The Pembroke Police Department and the fire department reported no signs of wreckage or other reports in the neighborhood either. Congresswoman Paulina Luna opened up about a weird UFO encounter from her time in the Air Force during her appearance on Joe Rogan. She explained that while she was stationed at the Portland Air National Guard Guard base as an airfield management specialist, there was a strange, quote, airspace incursion that caught her attention. There had been an airspace incursion that had taken place when I was still at the Guard, and I remember talking to some of the pilots about it, and I was like, what was that? She said. Even though Luna talked to the pilots, none of them really wanted to go into detail about what they saw. Still, one F-scene pilot did hint that it was unusual. From what I gathered, she said, he didn't want to get taken off flight status and was like, I really can't discuss it, adding that the pilot admitted the object essentially outperformed them and couldn't really be identified. Luna said the event made her suspect it was an unidentified anomalous phenomenon, or UAP. She also talked about the stigma around reporting things like this in the military, where admitting to seeing something weird could hurt your career or security clearance. She continued saying, quote, what I can tell you is, when you have thousands upon thousands of people from around the planet throughout time that have reported something, to say those people are crazy, that's a disinformation campaign to get people to shut up about it. Now, she leads a congressional task force investigating UAPs. Luna is pushing for more transparency. I'd like to see the federal government roll out some of the stuff we've been given access to, because I think that information belongs in the hands of the American people, she said. Astronomers have been hunting for signs of life beyond Earth, and K2-18b is a planet about 124 light years away that's been a big focus. In 2023 and again in April of 2025, researchers using the James Webb Space Telescope thought they spotted dimethyl sulfide, or DMS, in its atmosphere. And that's pretty cool, because it's a gas produced on Earth only by marine life. So the fact that it's showing up on a distant planet, that could be a sign of something. The April 2025 paper led by Niku Madasudan at Cambridge reported a 3 sigma confidence in the detection, meaning there was just a 0.3% chance that the signal was random. Madasudan called the moment profound, saying, quote, however you put it, we are seeing new chemical processes on a planet that could be habitable. But some critics pointed out the analysis didn't fully account for other molecules or instrumental noise, and NASA didn't even release a press statement, saying that they'd need, quote, follow-up studies and multiple converging lines of evidence to confirm true biosignatures and rule out false positives. A new NASA study published July 16th played it safe by looking at 4 fresh James Webb Telescope observations and using a method that lets different teams analyze the data separately and then update their conclusions as they go. The result shows that K2-18b has a lot of water in its atmosphere, along with methane and carbon dioxide, but they don't have enough evidence to say whether or not there could be life there yet. A man in the UK says he captured a UFO moving at hypersonic speeds while playing fetch with his dog. Andrew Clifton was out with his Labrador Dash in the Malvern Hills when he filmed himself throwing a frisbee. He didn't notice anything unusual at the time. It was moving so fast there was no way I could pick it up with a naked eye, he said. It wasn't until later, when he reviewed the footage at home, that he spotted whatever this thing is darting across the sky. He said, quote, when I got home from dinner with friends later that day, I was reviewing the videos from the day and noticed something small. That's when I edited the video into slow motion and saw the object in full force for the first time. After sharing the video with his friends, they told him to post it in a UFO Sightings Facebook group. The clip racked up millions of views online, especially when he shared it on X. Andrew admits he's not a hardcore believer, but thinks it's worth keeping an open mind. Personally, I think it's more likely to be some sort of military equipment that we don't know about. But it's true that whenever I watch it, I can't come up with a full answer as to what it is, he said. Now, the Malvern Hills have some big military bases nearby, so you could be onto something about the object being military related, but what do you all think? There was another pretty interesting UAP sighting recently in Massachusetts. Just the other day, on August 12th, the father and son in Taunton were stargazing when they spotted a strange white light in the sky around 10:30 p.m. They weren't alone. Similar sightings were reported in nearby towns like Avon, North Attleboro, and Sudbury. The National UFO Reporting Center received 4 videos from these areas, all showing the same mysterious light. Bassett Siddiqui, the father in Taunton, was using a telescope when he noticed the light. He said, I look up and I see this orb with a cloud around it. So I kind of took out my phone and started recording it right away. It was kind of dropping down, and then from there, it kind of took a right and shot straight down. End quote. Now, we've talked a lot about recent updates on possible alien life, which makes this article from 2015 very interesting, because at the time, NASA chief scientist Alan Stoffen was pretty confident that we were on the verge of finding alien life, and was predicting that we'd have definitive evidence in 2025. She added, "We know where to look, we know how to look. We have the technology and we're on a path to implementing it. And so I think we're definitely on the road," end quote. And there are plenty of places to check. Europa and Ganymede, moons of Jupiter and Saturn's Enceladus all have oceans under ice. NASA's Curiosity rover has found organic molecules and nitrogen on Mars, which are the building blocks for life. Almost every star we look at has planets, and a lot of them could support life. American astrophysicist Paul Hertz summed it up, saying, "The Milky Way is basically a, quote, soggy place, with water and clouds between stars, around forming planets, and even in comets breaking apart. To actually find life, Alan Stoffen says humans will probably need to go, saying, "I'm a field geologist. I go out and break open rocks and look for fossils. It's eventually going to take humans on the surface of Mars. Field geologists, astrobiologists, chemists, actually out there looking for that good evidence of life that we can bring back to Earth." I've been your host, James. I'll catch you, yes, you specifically, in the next video.